Fetch the stream.
Fetch it.
Fetch the stream.
Here, boy, here.
Ooh,
You got some stream?
fetch the stream.
You want some stream? Here, boy. Oh, I wish this desk was... Oh, wait, I bet... Nope, I can't do that. Buckle
Let
up,
me know when you're
buttercup.
comfortable. Hit the button.
We're good. I'm good. Should I...
Second part is sometimes I can't tell when we're live because we're on the other thing. So I gotta wait for it to.
Should I share it?
Yeah, you can share it.
I don't know if
And
anybody's...
obviously, we are live.
We're live.
We are live. Hello, everyone.
It is an early Friday morning. Hello, friends. Hello, super friends. I don't know that I'm gonna...
We got 3 people watching.
Three?
We know it's early, guys. We're sorry.
I'm sorry. I have to be somewhere this afternoon, so we figured we'd get a crack at this a little early this morning. I'm trying to find it so that I can share it. Not that it really matters. Oh,
We're going to share it anyways.
Yeah, true.
So,
Let's see.
if you want to, you can just get going.
All right.
We have a very special guest today,
We
guys.
do have a super special guest. I can't wait to show you something very awesome. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
Welcome to our Hall of
I got
Justice
camera there.
Friday Final Order Cutoff Roundup live,
Live.
but early.
But early. Super early.
Super early.
I was here at 3 in the morning. John calls me at 2 o'clock. Says, I need you to get down there. Set up
I was
my-"
typing so furiously last night after the stream sale in bed, just like this, because this is how I
You
type
get down there because I
in
own you.
bed. Yeah,
I own you.
that's right.
So, should we start the show?
Let's hit it.
Let's do it.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time. Take back the power. What's your plan?
All right.
And here we are, live. When do we want to do the thing with the specials?
We can, there's like 6 people on.
Because we have a special guest part of the show today.
I'll show them the special guest. I got a pic right here.
He called me on... Was it Tuesday? No, it was Monday.
It was Monday. He called.
Because I was doing FOC, I think.
Right.
I think it was Monday. This cat right here on the screen is Mr. David Dastmalchian. You guys he may look very familiar, especially in this picture right here, because he played Kurt on the Ant-Man and the Ant-Man and Wasp movie, who was part of the I guess they're called the 3 Wombats. I didn't realize that.
Are you serious?
Him and Lewis and I can't remember the other guy's name.
That's T.I., man.
T.I., exactly. But
He was also in The Dark Knight.
yeah, he was one of the Joker's goons. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dave Dastmalchian, he called us up earlier this week. He has a new book that's coming out from Dark Horse Comics. Dave thought that it was on FOC this week, like this coming Monday, but it's not. It's actually on FOC next Monday. But he did an awesome little promo video for us, which we are going to feature.
Let me show you the comic he's doing.
Yeah, this is the comic book that he's coming out. It's Count Crowley, Reluctant. I can't remember.
it's
Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter.
That sounds awesome.
It is. It's a 4-issue miniseries from Dark Horse Comics. The whole premise is that you have an investigative reporter who basically flips out on camera while she's doing some investigative journalism at a Renaissance fair of all places.
Hey, you ever been to a Renaissance fair?
I have.
You can flip out. Especially
You
if
can.
kids with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I want a turkey leg. I want a turkey leg. Shut your mouth. You don't get a turkey leg.
You need a Scotch egg.
Oh, those were, we had some of those. It was amazing. But anyway, so the lead character who you can see on the middle of the cover right there, she is a investigative journalist who kind of loses her mind on air in front of everybody in a small town. I want to say that it's in... I don't remember where it's at. He's going to tell us in his video up next.
You want the trailer running? You want to do a trailer or his video?
No, because I want everybody to watch the trailer and then we can do his video.
Okay.
Because the trailer's ridiculous. But it's a 4-issue miniseries. So this person basically gets let go from her job as an investigative journalist. And she's, of course, bills are piling up. She has no other form of income. And so her brother, who is the head of the television studio, says, hey, we lost our late night monster monster movie kind of featured character host, you can take this gig and you can do this job and you'll get a paycheck. And that's kind of where it goes. She very reluctantly takes the position, and during the monster feature, she's totally like ripping on the people that are watching the show. But it turns out that the TV studio has some of the best response to her being a host, and then the shit hits the fan. So it's a great read. The artwork inside is fantastic. But let's do the video.
Okay.
Let's do the promo video first.
Okay.
Because Dave went all out with Dark Horse, and he shot a promo video
So
as
you want
if
his
he were.
video to us?
Yeah, no. Let's do the.
You want to do the trailer?
Yeah, let's do the trailer.
Okay, so we'll do the trailer first. Cut that off.
Enjoy this.
It's Friday night. Lock your doors up tight. Come down into the deadly lair. Frightening things are everywhere. Face your fears and gather near. The Dr. Fearless Show is here.
Good evening, boils and ghouls. Whatever you are, welcome to the friendly confines of the Doctor's laboratory.
He does.
I'm so grateful you've braved the perils of the witching hour to join us for tonight's special presentation. Where's the film? There's no film in here. What is this? There's a magazine in here. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Feels like our show every single
Mr.
time.
Mortimer has informed me that tonight's peculiar presentation will not in fact be a story told to celluloid, but rather it is the terrifying tale of a woman who discovers what we, the faithful, have always known. That monsters are real. They walk among us, and they manipulate the media with diabolical and menacing means. She may just save the world if she can stay sober long enough. She's Beloit, Missouri, KSKB TV's very own Jerry Bartman. Count Crowley, reluctant, midnight monster hunter.
It's so good.
Oh my lord.
All right, guys, it's good. Have a good weekend. Yeah, we got some.
It's 23rd, obviously.
We got some plans. We're gonna jet ski at the Ozarks. Yeah, Brian's got a jet ski. Okay, yeah, I'll see you guys. Thanks.
Okay.
So that was that's the promo video that Dave shot for Dark Horse Comics, which is fantastic, and that's going to give you just a little taste of what the book is going to be about, because it's very much in that same vein. The local access, late night creature feature,
Well, it's even
70s,
earlier than that,
80s,
70s, 80s,
right?
the creepy
Monster feature video
Elvira.
sort of thing. Yep, Elvira, absolutely. So now we'd like to hit you with the video that Dave shot for us, just explaining a little more about the book.
All right.
Hello to all my friends at Hall of Justice Comics. Dave Dastmalchian here, and I was talking to John today, and I wanted to remind him and everyone there that Final Order Cutoff is just a few days away. September 23rd is Final Order Cutoff. FOC for Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter, Issue 1, which hits the shelves October 23rd. It is the new and first comic by me. I've never had the honor of getting a comic that I've dreamt up published before, but it's finally happening, and Lucas Kettner's artwork in this book is absolutely through the roof. He brings the entire haunted house down, and it is nostalgic and yet totally new, and he's reinvented and yet stayed completely true to the classic look of monsters. And I'm very excited for you all to see this, to meet my hero Jerry Bartman, and hopefully get it just in time for Halloween. So remember, FOC is September 23rd. The first issue of Count Crowley drops October 23rd, and I'll be seeing you on the television, watching your favorite horror hosts like Crematia Mortem here, or Dr.
It's awesome, though. I love
or
it.
Count Crowley, reluctant midnight monster hunter.
So that was Dave Dastmalchian, the writer of Count Crowley, the reluctant midnight monster hunter. Like I said, it's a 4-issue miniseries from the fine folks at Dark Horse Comics. FOC is not this coming 23rd. It's actually September 30th. But we figured, he was kind enough to hook us up with this video. We'll probably run it again on next week's show and have a blurb about it and everything like that. But if you're interested in subscribing to Count Crowley, the reluctant midnight monster hunter, you can comment sub Count Crowley. If you just want to pull a copy of number 1, you can say pull, and we'll set a copy aside for you. Dave's doing the writing. Lucas Kettner is the artist on the book, and it looks. He's not kidding when he says that it looks like a creepy or an eerie magazine from the 70s. The artwork is fantastic. It's got kind of a Bernie Wrightson. It's got a little bit of an Eric Powell influence. The colors give it a very vintage feel to the book, but it's a fun read. I read the PDF last night as I was typing this up, and so it's definitely worth a look. So again, that is not on FOC this Monday, but we wanted to promote it today, just to kind of you can ask for it today, totally ask for it if you'd like a copy of that. If you'd like to add that to your subscription, remember sub means we will put it on your subscription. You'll get all 4 issues. There's only one cover for it, which Dom had up on the screen a second ago. If you would like to just pull a copy to see what it's all about, you can type pull Count Crowley, and we'll just get you a copy of issue number 1 until you tell me that you like it and would like to add more copies to your pull.
So it's 4 issues?
It's 4 issues, so it's not a huge.
Just go ahead and sub.
Yeah, and it like he said, it comes out October 23rd. It'll be in stock for Halloween Comic Fest. And it is the perfect book to kind of lead into the Halloween season. So give this one a look. It's fun. It's fantastic. Dave's a great guy. I mean, he's a movie star. We had a promo from a movie star. I feel so special, Dom.
I know. It was pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Last night.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, we just wanted to open with that. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk more about that next week. And now we'll get down to the meat and potatoes of the rest of the books that are on FOC. So all of this stuff that we're going to go over now is on Final Order Cutoff this Monday, September 23rd. If you would like to be subscribed to or to pull a copy of any of this stuff, please let us know before 5 p.m. on Monday, September 23rd. Most of these titles are in stores on October 16th. But he said that, well, that's right, because we're doing Count Crowley a week early. That's October 23rd. The rest of this stuff, with the exception of Harleen, because it's on here again, October 16th. So first, another Dark Horse book right here from our friend Patrick Reynolds. How about this? The Mask.
Up in Toronto or something.
No, in South Africa, Dom.
Oh, is that
He's
where
in South Africa for Africa Comic Con.
That's
So he's taking pictures of gazelles and wildebeests right now on an African safari. Maybe he's eating some nougat, some honey nougat with almonds. I don't know.
Great artist. He's a great guy too.
Yeah. So from Dark Horse this week in stores on October 16th is The Mask. I Pledge Allegiance to the Mask, number 1 of 4 issues. So it is also a 4-issue miniseries. The best-selling comic series that inspired the blockbuster Jim Carrey film returns with gruesome hilarity from AMC's Halt and Catch Fire. Christopher Cantwell is doing the writing on this Mask series. Cool. And our friend Patrick Reynolds did the cover right there. Right. If you follow him, he came out for Hellboy Day earlier this year. If you follow him on Facebook or Instagram, he actually has like reference photos of him doing these crazy facial expressions. So he would take a picture of himself and then he would draw. They call him Big Head. So if you follow Pat on Facebook or Instagram or any social media, you'll see great reference photos where he's got a hoodie on and he's looking all crazy, and he's got a picture of that, and that was the inspiration for him to draw this cover. It's pretty cool. Edge City and its residents have all but forgotten the mysterious green-faced killer known only as Big Head, but now, decades later, the bizarre Tex Avery-style killings are happening all over again and are on a collision course with a bizarre political campaign. There's a little tongue-in-cheek with this one, maybe?
Right.
But wait, it gets better. Ready? Where a homicidal maniac wants to make America green again.
Oh, there you go. Wow, where did that come from?
So the main cover right there is by Patrick Reynolds. The cover over by Dom is by Raphael Albuquerque, which is
He's amazing.
good as well. But I really dig Patrick
Yeah,
Reynolds.
Patrick's
He knocked it out of the park. I've seen some of the work on the pages on inside for this thing. It's going to be a fun ride. So again, if you'd like to subscribe to the Mask, The Mask. I pledge allegiance to the Mask 4-issue miniseries. You can type sub Mask.
I'm liking these 4-issue things.
Yeah, right. It's
like
nice.
more of the
It's
miniseries.
short. It's easy. You know, you get your story. It's done.
That's right.
It's done. It's over. If you would just like to pull a copy of either the A cover or the Albuquerque cover, you can type pull Mask cover A, cover B, and we'll get that set up for you. So, next up from DC, we've got Batman. Here we go.
There we go.
So this is the start of, because they've taken a couple of interlude issues. This is Batman number 81 in stores October 16th. The main cover right here by me is by John Romita Jr., who's also doing the interior artwork along with Klaus Janson. The cover that's on Dom's side is Matina. Yeah, exactly. With kind of an homage to the breaking of the bat, sort of. I mean, he is definitely cracking. That doesn't look like a chiropractic appointment that Batman has there.
Well, I know. I've seen some of you guys come back and chiropractic.
I love the fact, though, if you look at it closely, like there are 1, 2, 3 batarangs. One is in Bane's forearm, one is up here in his shoulder, like Randy had his surgery, and then the other one is in Bane's hand. It's a pretty brutal cover, but it's a great cover. It's time for the big showdown. Batman is calling Bane out, but is the Dark Knight detective ready to take on the foe who broke him worse than any other that came before? Yeah, right? And what else? That's what he does. That's Bane. Finish him! Crack! If Bane worked at Home Depot, somebody'd be like, hey, can you cut this 2x4 for me? He just, there you go. I don't care what you want. That's what you get.
You're unruly customers here.
That's right.
I'll take care of that.
That's right.
Customer service is a big guy.
Go speak to the dude that's like this. No.
No receipt.
No ticket.
No ticket.
Cover A by John Romita Jr., cover B by Matina. If you would like either one of those, or if you'd like the series added to your subscription, please type sub Batman, either cover A or cover B. We'll make that happen for you. If you just want to pull a copy, if you want to pull 10 copies, you can type pull Batman, 81, cover A or cover B, and then however many copies you would like, and we will make that happen for you. All right, if we scroll down just a bit, this is cool, but I have no... It's frustrating. So I'm trying to get my words together.
Okay.
So Harleen number 1 comes out this next week, which is great. Harleen number 2 is on FOC on Monday before we have any kind of information on how it's going to sell.
Here we go again.
So but this one is also this Harleen number 2 is in stores on October 23rd. So everything else that we're talking about on this FOC write-up is in stores October 16th. Harleen is in stores on October 23rd. Issue number 1 comes out this week, so hopefully you got your orders in for that. Yeah, it's this coming week. I know. But here we go with number 2. Despite the strongest objections from every possible authority, including District Attorney Harvey Dent, Dr. Quinzel's found herself with free access to every inmate in Arkham Asylum. That sounds a little... where she desperately pursues a revolutionary and highly controversial cure to the you got that cur to the insanity of Gotham, but her work with the city's supercriminals quickly muddies the waters of good and evil, and in the deepest, darkest padded rooms of Arkham, even the words of a mad clown start making sense. So cover A on my side by Stiapun Shaik. Cover B on Dom's side, also by Stiapun Shaik. Both are fantastic covers. Again, this is in stores October 23rd.
What's your pick there, John? A or B?
I'm gonna,
Go with A.
You think so?
Yeah.
A is good.
A
A is really good
different look.
because he still looks crazy and she looks just smitten and in love.
Yes.
Which is kind of their relationship. B is good too. Like B is a classic Harley and Joker shooting people up. He should be focused on the
Driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
You get a
looking.
ticket for
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's dangerous.
Like
Don't
games, I
do
think
that,
that's like minimum
kids.
$80 right
Do not do that.
shoot and drive.
Don't shoot and drive, and make sure you keep your eyes on the road.
That's right. That's a public service announcement.
PSA. The more you know. I don't know that we can mix that into this one.
I didn't add that.
Damn it! That's okay. Matina is at it again this week with a variant cover for Justice League number 34. The Cyborg looks massive. I don't know what's going on, but he's got like a. Take that all in. Sorry,
I know you have a couple of them there.
When I don't put the cover A on there, I just put the cover B, and it looks big. But it's still a good cover.
Why's my camera not turning off? I don't get it.
Because
I'll figure it out later.
Anyway, this is Justice League number 34, the variant cover by Francesco Mattina. The Justice Do More Part 5. I need to catch up. I'm so behind on this.
That's a great cover.
It is a great cover, except there's no Aquaman, which would make it an even greater cover.
You think so?
Make Aquaman on that cover.
I think it wouldn't be worth buying if Aquaman.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna punch you right in the back of your head. Where's that customer service guy? Hey, Bane. Dom needs an adjustment.
I need a chiropractic.
His C3 and C5 vertebrae need a little snappage.
Aquaman is already dead on this.
Maybe he is, probably, because he sucks. All hyper time is breaking. If it blows, all of reality will follow, after which would be just fine for Lex Luthor, who's ready to prove to the evil goddess Perpetua, I still don't know how to say her name. Perpetua?
Yeah, Perpetua Motion.
That he's the bad man for her. Yeah, he is. The Justice League is attempting to do what they can, chasing the Legion of Doom across the time sphere. If the totality is put back together, the whole multiverse will tip toward doom and have consequences that reverberate throughout the DC universe, assuming it's not destroyed in the process. So there you go. Justice League number 34, variant cover by Francesco Mattina. If you would like, if you have that on your subscription, you're good. If you'd like to subscribe to the variants, they're usually pretty solid. If you just want a copy of this one, you can say pull Justice League 34 variant, and we'll make that happen for you. All right, next up from DC, also in stores October 16th, is Metal Men number 1. This is cool because this is going to tie directly into all the Dark Knight stuff with the Dark Multiverse and things like that. It is a 12-issue maxi series written by Dan DiDio with art by Shane Davis. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Mr. Philip Tan. Both of those covers are super solid. That's a metal joke. You got that? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
And back again, the Metal Men are back as we take a deep look into Doc Magnus's lab as he experiments with what it means to be sentient. Meanwhile, a mysterious liquid nth metal has appeared in the science site at Challenger's Mountain that appears to have come through from the Dark Multiverse. So that's pretty cool that they're
integrating all this?
Yes, that they're still
Based
playing
off
with
metal?
these threads that happened with metal. That was like 2 years ago?
That was a year ago, man.
No, because a year ago we were.
Oh, you're right.
It was 2 years ago.
Well, yeah.
It was this time 2 years ago because we had Scott Snyder that called the old store.
He's like, hello? This Hall of Justice.
Is John there? I like the name of your store. I'm gonna use the name of your store in my comic book called Justice League. Is that okay with you, John? Yes, Mr. Snyder. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is, Mr. Snyder.
All right, moving on to Image. This is pretty cool, this next one. This is Marked, number 1, by Brian Haberlin and David Hine. Those two names may sound familiar because those are the two cats that are working on Sonata right now from Image. Brian Haberlin is writing and arting. David Hine is helping him both write and do some artwork for that. This is a new series from those guys that did Sonata, so if you dug their kind of steampunk sci-fi thing, this is a little different. This is witches and magic and the Marked, which are a group of influencers. I hate that word, by the way. It's a thing now. It is a thing.
John, you're an influencer.
I am not. I'm furthest from an influencer. That's why we're doing this. Yeah.
That's why you're doing a wedding.
That's why I'm a pastor. The Marked may look like cool young influencers, but beneath the designer clothes, their bodies are tattooed with the magical glyphs of an ancient order that secretly protects the world against evil forces. That sounds fantastic, except the word influencers. I don't like that word.
Get rid of that word.
take that out.
Works well on YouTube, though.
With no new occult threats, the marked use their tattooed powers solely for the pursuit of pleasure. Yeah, buddy. Until a young woman called Liza creates a dangerous new form of hybrid sorcery. The party is over for the marked. You'll believe in magic, terrifying, soul-destroying magic. So this has kind of
How did that happen? I was married once.
You were marked?
Soul-destroying magic? I'm just kidding.
As I'm going to do a wedding, that's fantastic. So if you dig Wicked and Divine, this kind of has a Wicked and Divine feel to it, mixed in with a little bit of magic and mysticism. Cover A on the left, on my side, is by David Hine and Brian Haberlin. Cover B on the right by Dom's side, which is awesome. I don't know if that's going to be. I'm assuming that's going to be a wraparound cover, since they did that. I don't.
That's what it looks like.
But cover B is also by, I think, David Hine and Brian Haberlin. So if you'd like to subscribe to that, you can type sub marked, and we'll get that on your pull. If you would just like a copy of issue number 1, cover A or cover B, or both, you can type pull marked cover A, cover B, whichever one speaks to you a little more. But it's we actually have Brian Haberlin was kind enough to send us an advanced copy of the marked, which I have not read yet. Do you know where that's at?
I do know where it's at, John.
Good. He also sent us some tattoo sleeves that Dom and Alex were wearing.
I gotta find mine.
Yeah, I think there's still one up
There's
front.
one up front. Mine's in my bag somewhere.
So just to kind of
and
promote
the other
the
one's
book.
squirreled away, the comics.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's
in
in
one of
it's
my
in one of
sacks.
Dom's nutsacks. That's awesome. All right, moving on to Marvel. From Marvel and in stores October 16th is Absolute Carnage Avengers number 1.
That's a pretty cover.
It is a great cover. It's a Clayton Crane cover right there for you. This is something that happened, I believe, in Carnage USA, which is where Donny Cates is drawing a lot of his inspiration from Absolute Carnage from. Captain America, Hawkeye, The Thing, Wolverine. Years ago, Cletus Cassidy used the Carnage symbiote to take over a small town called Doverton, Colorado. You know where that's at?
I've been there.
Have you?
I've been there.
Pretty sure that's not
Yeah.
real.
It's real.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Shut up. I think you're lying.
I am.
Okay. As well as the team of Avengers who arrived to stop him.
New Breckenridge.
Is it?
Yeah. So they have weddings.
You mean Dylan?
No. Doverton.
Doverton?
Doverton.
We'll look that up on Google Maps. We're gonna go take a side trip to Doverton, Colorado.
It's only on
See
Apple
if we can
Maps.
find any.
Something
I saw an Apple Maps car driving around the other day, which was
They're
crazy.
here in Parkway this week.
Are they?
Yeah, they've been driving around.
I didn't get
willy-nilly.
I didn't get the Apple memo that they were going to
Oh,
be
you
here.
didn't?
No,
Oh,
I'm
they
not
sent it to
on.
the store.
I'm not on
They sent it to the
13.1.
owner of the store.
Barely able to free themselves from his control during their first meeting, this small band of heroes will have no choice but to assemble once more after they discover that Doverton's entire population has recently fallen victim to Carnage's more lethal designs.
I'm not a big fan of purple, but that's a badass cover.
Yeah? Why are you a fan of purple?
No, it's just
That's the color of royalty,
Reminds me of
Dom.
Donny Osmond, because when I was a kid, Donny Osmond wore it, and I hated Donny Osmond.
Really?
Yeah, man. And Marie Osmond.
What did he do to you?
What do you do? He just
Singing and dancing? You didn't
singing
like
and
that?
dancing. I
Get
like
out of
it.
here!
Get out of here, Showtime. I don't need any of you.
That don't make no sense. I'm going to play Start Wearing Purple by Gogo Bordello for you.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
As long as you don't look like this when you're walking in.
No.
Liberace walking in through the door.
If I look like that, I got other problems, Dom. Just so you know, call the police if I look like that walking through the door. Call the police. Next up for Marvel, if you want to scroll down, there are no open-to-order variants for Absolute Carnage Avengers. That's why we just threw the Clayton Crane cover up there, but it's a great cover. So again, it's just a one-shot. If you would like to pull a copy of it, if you haven't already done that with all of our promotion that we did for Absolute Carnage, you can type pull Absolute Carnage Avengers number 1, and we will set a copy of that aside for you. But here we go. Here's Captain America number 15. The Legend of Steve continues. Steve's mission to clear his reputation and reestablish the good name of Captain America continues as he and Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, tackle a familiar old foe who is contaminating the water supply of a large Rust Belt city.
Right.
Yeah,
That's all we need.
I know.
People ideas.
yeah, right? That sucks. They've done that forever, though. I
I know,
remember
it's always one of
issues
those
of Batman where
I thought
Joker
that
was
was
dumping
Mary
stuff in
Jane
the
on
lake.
the back of the bike.
It is. So the main cover right here by me.
Cat's moving on him.
Good eye, sir. Main cover right here by Alex Ross. He's been doing the covers since issue number 1 for Captain America.
It's a Mary Jane.
The Dom side variant is the Mary Jane variant cover by Adam Hughes. So I know we've got a lot of Adam Hughes fans. That is an open-to-order Mary Jane cover for Captain America number 15. If you would like to add the book to your pull, you can type, or to your subscription, I keep saying the wrong word. You can type sub Captain America. If you just want a copy of the variant, the Adam Hughes variant, the Mary Jane variant, you can type pull Cap 15 Mary Jane or Adam Hughes, and we'll make that happen for you. All right, we're leading up to some big stuff with Captain Marvel. Up first, we have the second print of Captain Marvel number 10, featuring a kind of character design cover right there by Carmen Carnero, who's the regular artist on the series, along with...
Second print, right?
This is a second print for number 10, because 10's the one that has the cool cover where it's like Star and then also Captain Marvel, but there's little stars that are missing and they show the other person. So if you want a second print of Captain Marvel number 10 with the new cover by Carmen Carnero, you can just type pull Cap Marvel 10 second print, because it's not something that we can subscribe you to. But then if we scroll down a bit, we also have Captain Marvel number 11 right here.
Good.
Yeah, Mark Brooks cover. On the A cover, the Mary Jane variant cover on Dom's side is by Elizabeth Torque. Captain Marvel's last stand, the world has turned its back on her. Her powers are fading, and Carol Danvers has never felt more lost. But when a world that shunned her needs Cap, she'll answer the call, because that's what heroes do.
That's what heroes do.
Carol, that's what heroes do, Dom.
That's right.
Carol is in the fight of her life, one that by its very nature must destroy her. What will be left when it's all over? If you're not on this series, you can type sub Captain Marvel, and we will have the main cover right there in your box for you. If you would like to just pull either one of these, you can type pull cover A, cover B. A is by Mark Brooks. B is the MJ Mary Jane variant by Elizabeth Torque. Okay. Next, we don't usually feature these, but this cover is freaking amazing. So this is Marvel Tales Ghost Rider number 1. All of the Marvel Tales books, by In Hyuk Lee. They're In Hyuk Lee.
Why are you talking to me like that?
In Hyuk Lee.
Calling HR.
Bane! We need an adjustment. So all of the Marvel Tales books are reprints. They're also $7.99. So they're big books, but they're reprint books. This book right here collects Ghost Rider from 1973, number 68, Marvel Team Up from 1972, number 15, and then it also collects What If from 1977, number 28. What if Ghost Rider were separated from Johnny Blaze? So it's all reprint material, but it's collected together in a format that's easy to read, with a great new cover by In Hyuk Lee right there. So that's, again, it's not something that we can subscribe you to because it's just a one-shot. So if you'd like a copy, please comment, pull Marvel Tales Ghost Rider, and we can make that happen for you. Great freaking cover, though.
Yes,
okay, here we go. Most importantly from Marvel is right here. X-Men number 1. So if you've been following along with House of X and Powers of 10, I mean, that series has gone
crazy,
bonkers. Like,
which is cool because it's such
fantastic.
A throwback to the old stuff that everybody's interested in.
It's cool to see the X-Men being treated with, not that the previous writers haven't given them respect or anything like that, but it's definitely bringing a sense of kind of grandeur and acknowledging the past with what Hickman's been doing in House and Powers. So, if you dug House and Powers, this is the jumping on point for what Marvel is calling the Dawn of X. This is X-Men number 1. The X-Men find themselves in a whole new world of possibilities, and things have never been better. Hickman himself is writing this title with artist Lionel Yu doing the interiors and the covers for it. Those two guys reveal the saga of Cyclops and his hand-picked squad of mutant powerhouses. There are 5 open-to-order covers that we are going to go over with you right now. Main cover right there at the top. Who's that? That is Marvel Girl, Jean Grey. That is an open-to-order Art Germ variant right there for you guys, which is fantastic.
Brent Fisher said he already pre-ordered the Dotterman.
Yeah, the Dotterman was a 1 in 50.
Yeah,
we're only showing you the open-to-order books. There's a lot of others. There's some fun stuff though. To the right of Art Germ on Dom's side, I'm going to call that Dom's side.
That's right.
Dom's side right there.
On the Dom
that
side.
is the Mark Bagley Every Mutant Ever cover. And so that is a connecting cover, but it's going to connect with each of the number 1s from the 6 X-Men titles that are launching out of House and Powers. Okay, So we've got X-Men right here. That's the X-Men cover. We also have Excalibur. We also have X-Force. We have Marauders, Fallen Angels, and New Mutants. So those are the 6 books, the 6 new titles spinning out of House and Powers. Each of the issue number 1s for those different titles are going to have that Mark Bagley Every Mutant Ever connecting cover that are going to go with it. It's only going to be on issue number 1. So if you want to make sure that you get a set of all 6 covers, please type pull X-Men 1 Every Mutant Ever or Bagley covers, and we will make that happen for you. But I just have to reiterate that it's not going to be a connecting cover through X-Men, the X-Men title. Every issue number 1 for all 6 new ongoing series are going to have one Mark Bagley Every Mutant Ever cover that are going to connect when you put all 6 of them together.
There's 6.
There's 6 of them in total.
You can tell them to pull
just
6 connecting?
Yeah, pull Bagley connecting, and we can make that happen for you. Or pull Every Mutant Ever cover, and we can make that happen for you. But that means that you're going to get X-Men number 1, Marauders number 1, X-Force number 1, Fallen Angels number 1, Excalibur number 1, and New Mutants number 1. You'll get the Bagley connecting cover for each one of those titles so that you can put them all together and have a big picture of apparently every mutant ever. So that's the one that's on the right by Dom's side next to Art Germ. Next, if you scroll up a second, look, this is the Mark Brooks Party variant, also featuring Jean Grey as Marvel Girl. It's fantastic. Wolverine looks like he's taking a handful of cake and he's just shove it in his Wolverine mouth. That is the open to order Party variant by Mr. Mark Brooks. It's a dynamite cover.
I like this new look of Magneto too.
I do too. The god. He's the god, man. He is the new god right there. To the far right on Dom's side, we've got the Marco Cicchetto Young Guns variant for X-Men number 1 featuring Magneto all in white. Don't wear white after Labor Day, Magneto. No. It's not acceptable.
Every day's after Labor Day.
That's true. But we basically have, those are the 5 open-to-order covers for X-Men number 1. If you would like to subscribe to the series, you will get the main cover by Lionel Yu in your box. If you want any of these additional covers, please type pull with whichever cover you want. Most of the time what happens when Marvel has a big new release like this, they dump a ton of covers for issue number 1. And if you say, I would like the... Art Germ, for example, is not going to do a variant for issue number 2. He's only doing a variant for issue number 1. So there's not going to be an Art Germ variant for number 2. So the easiest thing that we can tell you to do is to say sub X-Men, and you'll get the main cover in your subscription, in your hold slot. And then if you would like any of these additional covers that are open to order, you can say pull Every Mutant Ever, you can say pull Mark Brooks Party, you can say pull Young Guns, pull Art Germ, and we will have an extra copy of that variant along with the main cover in your hold slot.
You know, since
Does that make sense?
Started this whole Young Gun thing,
yeah,
it's slowly got better.
Has it?
I thought so. They started off pretty strong,
yeah,
like with X-23
yeah.
when that cover,
and then it kind of waned a little
and
bit.
Now some of these guys are actually on main books,
right?
And, yeah, they're doing some awesome work.
Cool.
That Pepe Larraz, that dude.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's the one that did that X-23, the first X-23.
Exactly.
So
those are the 5 open to order covers for X-Men number 1. I can't iterate how important this is. I don't want to automatically subscribe everybody who's subbing House and Powers to X-Men or all 5 of the other titles. So please let us know what you would like to pick up on your hold slot, and we'll make that happen for you. But it's going to be a big deal. Okay.
Commenting away on that.
Good.
Even Frosty's in on
Oh, on X-Men?
Every mutant ever.
Wow, that's impressive. I don't know what's happened to him. He left working the store, and now he's jumping on Marvel stuff, and I don't know if
trying to insult and try to stay on that edge.
We might have to have a chat there, Frosty.
You moving up?
Okay, next from Boom Studios. I want to reiterate, Once and Future number 2 came out this week. We have plenty of copies on the rack. You guys know the spiel for what we did for number 1. We put a copy in every pull box ever.
No risk.
Every mutant ever, every pull box ever. We offered it as a no risk number 1. If you bought it and you enjoyed it, let us know, because we didn't again auto sub everybody to number 2. We have plenty of copies of number 2 on the rack here at the store. This, however, is the cover for number 3. Gran and Duncan are in a race against time to get back to the other world. I really need to read issue 2 because I have no idea what's going on or what the other world is. Yeah.
This part here is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sword in the stone awaits, and he who pulls the sword from the stone becomes king. So that is issue number 3 of 6. There's only one cover. The cover A right there is by Dan Mora, who's the interior artist on the series. If you haven't already added that to your subscription, please do so. And if you missed out on number 2 this week, if you forgot about it, let us know. We'll grab a copy off the rack and set it in your hold slot for you because we still have plenty. We want to make sure that you guys are getting this book because it is fantastic. And it's from our friends at Boom. So, okay, so in the same vein as Count Crowley's Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter, Vault has a new book coming out, if you want to scroll me down a little bit. This is Cult Classic Creature Feature number 1.
Now we're getting with the Halloween spirit.
Right? Exactly. Again, this book comes out on October 16th. Listen to the premise of this, okay? Eons ago, visitors from outer space buried an item of unimaginable power in the primordial swamps that would one day become King Lake, a quaint little basin on the edge of Whisper, USA. Millions of years later, a comet's radioactive waves awaken the monster slumbering beneath the lake. As the beast feeds on America's sweet, delicious youth, brain slugs infect the quiet town, causing victims to vomit up their kill-hungry, zombified skeletons. What? How do you puke up your skeleton? That sounds horrible. That is the worst bender ever. But for 17-year-old Jared Parker, none of that stuff matters much. For him, this isn't about the apocalypse. It's about payback.
This is screaming Jason Ballard.
I know, right? Nothing, not his friends, not the undead, not even the end of the world will keep him from vengeance. The main cover on my side is by Mr. John Bivens. The variant cover on Dom's side is part of their, it's their homage. I think they call it Vault.
If I was somebody, I'd pick up both of them. If I still collected, I'd pick up both. Those are both great covers.
They are great covers.
I like the throwback, and I like this one, the one on the left. Really
Vault
cool.
always does. They call it a Vault Vintage, even though I don't think that Afterlife with Archie is that vintage because it came out like 6 years ago. Right. But anyway, the Vault Vintage cover on Dom's side is a swipe of Afterlife with Archie number 1 by Franco Francavilla, but it is done by Mr. Tim Daniels. So, Cult Classic Creature Feature number 1 from Vault Comics on FOC on Monday, in stores October 16th. If you'd like to subscribe to it, you can type sub Cult Classic. If you just want a copy of cover A, whichever cover, you can type pull, whichever cover speaks to you most. But I'm with you, man. Vomiting up their kill-hungry, zombified skeletons. I'm in for both covers. That sounds
definitely must read.
Ridiculous.
Oh, the next story is probably about me.
And check it out. The name of the book that's up there is the Freezy King. Is that like Frosty's cousin? If you look at the Cult Classics book, this one right here, the name of the little thing that they're all parked in front of at the very top is called Freezy King.
It is. So, Dairy King.
Yeah, Dairy Queen, Dairy King, Frosty King.
That's where you're at now.
Here we go. Savage Tales from Dynamite in stores on October 16th. This is the Savage Tales Halloween Special one-shot number 0. That's a lot of descriptors for this thing.
But look at this.
It is
Halloween
that's
stuff.
That's right.
Last year was kind of light.
It was. It really was.
Light. We got a bunch of them.
This is a 28-page special directly connected to the events of Red Sonja number 9. In a time before, young Sonja the Red journeyed to the sorcerers of Wigger Nomadine.
Wow.
I get Wigger.
Did you just say that on air?
W-I-G. I don't know how to.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna. She would attempt to convince them to bring her family and friends back to life, but magic comes with a cost. By acclaimed writer Mark Russell and Jacob Edgar from James Bond Moneypenny, Savage Tales Halloween Special one-shot number 0. Just a one-shot, so it's not something that we can add to your subscription. If you'd like a copy of that right in time for the Halloween season, type sub Savage Tales.
Pull.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for keeping me on track, Dom.
You got it, man.
Pull Red Sonja Halloween Special or pull Savage Tales. All right. I think this is it. This is our last, but certainly not least. God, Vampirella is coming out of the gate with these crazy covers, man. I have never ordered this many copies of Vampirella ever.
And there's tons of them every week.
And cover A for issue number 4 is an art germ cover. So there you go.
Just killing it, man.
They are. They're like
Chew and everybody else is working on these. Well, Chew's not working on the covers, but I'm just saying
he's
him and
still.
Derek Chew
Yeah, they're
are
just
killing the industry.
home run after home run after home run after home run. Like nothing stopping these guys. Apparently, this is a 12-issue story arc called "Seduction of the Innocent," which is ironic because that's a title that's a book that was written by a crazy guy in the 50s that suggested that comic books were the root of all evil with the youth of America, much like everybody's throwing video games under the bus right now. But this is part 4 of "Seduction of the Innocent," a 12-issue story arc. While several of Vampirella's classic enemies gather under mysterious circumstances, she's goaded into committing a heroic act which may thrust her into the public eye, a place she's definitely not comfortable. By the ever-unpredictable Christopher Priest and taking the U.S. by storm, Ergen Gundas.
Okay.
Ergen Gundas is the artist that's on this series. Cover A right there is the Art Germ cover. We're going to scroll down. Look at the behind on cover B. This is the Guillaume Marsh cover with the wings coming out. I mean, you've got to. Down, there you go. There's some butt on the cover there.
Flat booty.
Cover C.
Apparently, there's something right by it there, whatever that is.
I don't know what. Is that one of her wings? I think that's part of her wings.
I like his line.
Yeah, me too. The black and white cover that came out this week, fantastic.
Yeah,
Cover C, if you scroll down a little bit, this is Dom and I waking up this morning to come to do the stream sale at 8 o'clock, is by Faye Dalton. Very, very classic approach with her. She looks like San Julian, who was doing the Vampirella covers in the 70s. So Faye Dalton, that is cover C. Cover D, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I know that it's a homage to, like, she's stepping out of a phone booth, opening her shirt as if it were Superman, and she's got a big V on her chest. So this cover is by Ergen Gundas, who is the interior artist on the series. And last but not least, we have the cosplay cover E. And I think Frosty wanted to take the last cosplay cover on a date. He probably wants to do the same with this one if he's still watching. And that's it, folks. That is our show for today. Dom's going to hit you with, this is the entire list of comics that is on FOC this coming Monday. It's all sorted by publisher and then alphabetically. You can take the item code that's right here, the far left column on the screen right there. If you copy that into a search browser, it'll pull up the Previews World page that has a synopsis of the book as well as a photo of that particular cover if the covers are uploaded. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask. I will be out of the shop until, I don't know if I'll be back. We'll be back on Sunday. I don't know that I'll be here at the store on Sunday, but I'll definitely be back Monday to do FOC. So make sure you get your requests in by Monday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we can make all of that magical stuff happen for you so that you don't have to worry about anything. Right. That's it. Have a great weekend. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
Make sure we're going to post the Count Crowley videos to our Facebook feed, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. I believe that we are at 73 subscribers, so we're very close. We've got to have 100 subscribers to be able to change some of the settings and customize our channel, so we can say go to youtube.com/Hall of Justice Comics. Right now, it's a big mishmash of ridiculous letters and numbers, but we're close. We're almost there. We've got 73 subscribers.
Don't say it. Don't try to say it because you summoned a demon.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
and
one
then,
of those type things.
Then you got to call on Vampirella,
right.
or you got to call on Count Crowley's Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter to help you out. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications so that you get notifications when we post new videos there. So. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. I'm John.
I'm Don.
Peace out.
Peace.
To you like knock knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been, head is spinning.